Hi, my name is Jill. I am a channeler and healer through the archangelic realm, but this video is not really going to be about that. Everybody says you always shine your light, and I do, but for anybody who shines their light, they've had to move through layers and layers and layers and layers of darkness, which I have done. My healing journey started in 2014 when I almost died from really misdiagnosis, actually medical malpractice. I kind of laugh out of discomfort sometimes. So yeah, I haven't talked about it in a while. Isn't really why I hopped on here. That's where I'm going. And that event sparked healing abilities within me. So it started a journey that I had no plan for. I was 42 years old. I was a social worker, a mom, all the titles that we use to identify ourselves. It was all of the things. A home near the woods, everything everybody would expect of me. But I always knew deep inside of me there was part of me that I didn't even know. And my mom saw it. She would often say to me, "I just want you to be happy." She would kind of look at me. I don't know if she said it, but it was like even the questioning look in her face was, "Why aren't you happy?" Because I didn't really know who I was. I don't think. I always felt different. I always felt separate, and a lot of times it was because I was the ugly duckling. I truly was. Like even my mom passed in 2018 from cancer, so and she had cancer 3 times before she passed, and multiple other very serious physical health issues that I helped and my family helped with. But for a long period of time, I was the primary caretaker, and then my sister became old enough, and the girls, of course, pulled together and did as much as we could, and sometimes more than we should, I think, because we couldn't stop everything from happening. But it was almost 2 decades of helping her through medical trauma. In the midst of that, and partly because of that, I got very sick and almost passed away in 2014. So my brain is just bouncing, and this is really, I'm showing you what shadow work is like. This is walking through your shadow, bringing your darkness into light, transmuting it. And that's what I've been doing for 10 years and have helped so many people. And I've been kind of flying under the radar, but I've done hundreds of sessions at this point. And now I'm at a point where I really, really, truly know myself in such a deep way. And so the ego is saying, okay, now you're ready to share and get out there. And so then everything should just fall into place. And then when it doesn't, the ego wants to chase it and make things happen. I know that's not the way it works. Divine timing is called that for a reason. There is no time out there in the universe outside of here. So it will happen when I'm in true alignment with myself, and I feel like I'm more aligned than I ever have been. I know that so many good opportunities are coming. I feel it. Like I could feel the swirl of energy around me, and that is bringing what I thought wounds that were pretty much healed coming to the surface. And some of us think, oh my gosh, did I do something wrong? Why is this coming up again? We're always healing. If you're human, you're always going to be healing. Like, People say healed. Duh. I want to know your magic because I don't have it. And yeah, again, this is circular. If you follow this, I swear it will help you, or at least make you feel like you're not alone. And this is the way shadow work works. It goes in circles. I'm just following my thought stream. And I started out with one question that I'm going to read to you of what I thought I was going to talk about. But first I need to work through where I started, which was the beginning of this healing journey where after I had almost died, I walked around sensing everything and everyone, what happened to them, what was about to happen to them, what happened to their child, what was wrong with their left knee. Like I could not go outside into the universe because it was overwhelming to me. So at the same time that I was dealing with PTSD from almost dying and taking, I don't even remember a whole year of my life from 2014 to 2015. I don't really remember it. It's just like erased because I was pretty much operating in an anxiety attack and working full time. The angels, that's how I did it. So after I was broken open, could sense the world, was going to people for help, other healers, and they were saying, we don't even understand what you're doing. And one woman even said, I'm scared of you and I won't let you in my house around my children. I'm like, what? What? That was really helpful. And so I had to learn to manage these abilities. So my remembrances started flowing in very quickly. I understood what stones were, what they did. I never even knew this before. So all of these things were spinning. I got my mom's medical trauma. I almost died. That experience shook everything up and out, and my abilities were right there. What are you gonna do? And for many people, they try to learn to heal, and I'm learning now. We're always learning, but my first job was to quiet it down. Learn how to control it, learn how to function in the world when I was basically hearing the whole world, and people would say, well, isn't that awesome? Well, try it one day. And nobody was helping me. So I'm dealing with PTSD from medical trauma. It was impossible to get out of the house because beeps would trigger me into a PTSD flashback. Sometimes of seeing my mom being attached to machines, and sometimes taking me back to one of the various hospital rooms I was in. And just like constant beeping. Anybody who's been in a hospital room, it's that constant beeping of the monitors and everything going on. And so beeps would trigger that. Well, you don't realize how many beeps there are in the world. A lot out there in the world. Try pumping your gas. Try going to the grocery store. So the one day, I had to go to the grocery store. And I remember I was in my old home in my hometown that I since sold and turned my whole life upside down and moved and all the things that we do in these journeys. But so I could barely get up off the floor, and I knew I needed to go to the grocery store. And I sat my phone down to play some music, and this meditation started with Archangel Gabriel. And I just sat there. Like, I don't even think I pressed the button. I don't remember. I must have bumped something, or Archangel Gabriel did. And I felt the energy moved through me and I felt peace and calm. For the first time, I think in like probably a year, like it was like I recognized I was in my body again. And it was a struggle. So this is sometime going into 2015-ish, 2014, going into early 2015. I'm still just trying to land back in my body from almost dying. And I don't know if everybody knew how much I was struggling. But I don't even know if I could have expressed it. I mean, sometimes I did. I was just in such a state of anxiety that I call my sister or someone, just like, and a good friend of mine who helped me through. Like I'm blessed to have people that love me. Or I don't know if I would have pulled through because the leveling of anxiety was so intense. I don't know how I was functioning. I really don't. And ironically enough, I work in social work and worked as a therapist for children, supervised therapists, worked for a managed care company that oversaw the agencies that provided therapy. And therapy really didn't work for me that much. I did EMDR for a little bit. That helped a little. Medication I had did not work. I had every side effect under the sun. If it was, this only happens to 1% of people, it happened to me. And I get it now. Like I was guided to it. All of this, like part of the reason I almost died was I'm completely resistant to man-made antibiotics. Like, so nothing in the medical world out there in the systems was working for me, and I was pushed into energy healing. So I had that first experience with an angel. I felt it. I know it was real. Soon after that, I went to get a Reiki session. So, and felt calm again, and then was walking around in front of her, and she had a healing room in the back of her store, her crystal shop, and I was walking around saying, this does this, and this does that, and this does this, and she recognized something. I can't remember what she said. It's like 10 years ago now. My chakras were spinning in opposite directions. They all didn't spin in one direction like most people. Like one spin clockwise and the next one counter. So that's a sign of an ancient soul. And then she's watching me walk around and she's like, who are you? And I'm like, can you tell me? Can ya? But right at that time, my mom was sick again. I think, yeah, she became septic. She had sepsis and an infection in her spine, and she had to get surgery. And all these memories are coming back. So if you're in this space of the memories coming up, I think I'm sharing this. It's okay. Wherever, this doesn't mean you're going backwards. It means you're moving forward, and you're allowing this stuff to be seen so the angels can finally take it, because you're about ready to step out. Yeah, that's the angels speaking through me, to me. But my mom had sepsis, and I remember the surgery started at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I went to be with her so she wouldn't be alone before she went back. And somehow, I don't remember what I was joking about, but somehow I was joking and got her laughing about something. Joking with the doctors, I think, about something. But because of all of her health issues, she was automatically put on life support. They didn't know, given all of her health issues, that if she would come out of it. And so when I was at that crystal shop getting that healing, I said, I know I'm a healer. I know. And I looked at her and I said, my mom is sick again. Do you think I'm ready to help her? And she said, yes. And I went in and I talked to the nurse and I told her what I was doing. And at that point I was just using stones. And I just thought it was God. I didn't know what was happening, really, but I just felt it all coming through me. And I told the nurse what I was doing, and she put her on some type of protocol where the doctors couldn't interrupt, sleep protocol or whatever. So the doctors couldn't come in. I was working on her probably for an hour or so. And the nurse could see me from the station. She was watching me through the windows. And my mom came. I forgot about this. Like I could feel her breath catching and I would just say, Mom, just breathe. Just breathe. And she came off of life support much quicker than they had expected. At that point, I knew it was because of what I called just God. And she woke up and she said, I want a cheeseburger. So I knew she was all right. She loved cheeseburgers. I think I went to Burger King and got her a cheeseburger. It's like after the hospital, a cheeseburger. She's gonna have a real damn cheeseburger after that. So from there, things just kept moving. A friend of my sister's had an infection on the outside of her lungs that wouldn't clear. She was in the hospital, so I went back into that same hospital. And again, and all these things were happening. Like I was in the hospital, all the things happened with my mom happened with me. I'm back in the same hospital with my sister's friend, and just did this use stones and hands-on healing and whatever came through me, maybe singing. And then some messages came from loved ones, and this infection, they were going to stick a needle to aspirate on the outside of her lungs. I thought, oh no, they can't do that. That doesn't sound right. And when I was done doing what I was doing, she started coughing and the infection cleared out. But then I just noticed then the messages started coming. So everything just kept building. And all my soul remembrances, I know now they're soul remembrances, came back into my physical body. So it's like stone, sound, channeling. I started to realize there were doing healing sessions. So there were more in hospitals. I started in hospitals. And then I saw that there were beings, which I then recognized were archangels. And then for a while they would bump up against me. Then they would kind of move through me. Then they would stand in me. Then they would work beside me and put their hands on people with me. And I would tell people a lot of people came to me out of desperation, like nothing else worked. I heard about you. And I would say, okay, so if you hear anything at your feet, feel anything at your feet, at your head, it's okay, it's Archangel Michael. And these people who never experienced anything like this before would say, okay. Just baffled me. I think partly just because I was just being honest and telling them the truth. Like, people know truth, or maybe they were just that desperate. I don't know. But again and again, I saw physical health issues be resolved right in front of me. Anyways, it started out with shadow work. I'm asking myself, this is an ego thing. No, I'm just supposed to say what's led me up to this point. So I did all the physical health healings, which led to channeling, which led to knowing the archangels, which led to channeling them and their vibrations coming out of my voice, and then light language and connections, realizing my connections to Mary Magdalene and Yeshua and the Essenes. And I'm sure I'm missing stuff. Well, eventually, because people kept asking me, what are you trained in? And although I received Reiki, I knew that wasn't my route. I am a Jin Shinjitsu practitioner, which is a beautiful Japanese healing art. Psych K online facilitator, which essentially works at, I say it aligns the conscious and the unconscious, so we aren't fighting against ourselves. And that's partly how this all started. I'm like fighting against myself. So I'm like, I have all of these things that I love to share, and many of us feel this way. Like we've done so much. There's always more to do. Just wait. As soon as you get to one level, it's like I call it the video game of life. Then there's another level, and then you expand more, and you're like, oh crap, I'm being tested more. It's not you're being tested more. It's. I mean, maybe I hate that. I just don't like that word. Are you being tested, or is it just that your fears are coming up about why you're scared to be you? And I'm saying this because these are the same things. All the things that I'm saying are things I'm saying to myself. What are you so scared of? Why are you in financial lack? Why are you single when you know you're worthy of love? I don't need somebody to tell me I'm a beautiful person. I know that not because of the outside, but because I'm kind again and again and again and again and again and again. And I always say, at some point I know I'm going to get back what I give. And it's starting. I see it. And just the other day I was out walking, and this guy just spoke to me as I would speak to someone else, and was just looking right at me and telling me, surrender, be gentle with yourself, like reminders of everything. But I needed to hear it. So here I am, 10 years after I started. People think when they start to see you out in the world that you just started. No. When you start to be seen, it's because you've done a lot of work. Possibly flown under the radar. And a lot of what I've done over the past 10 years is what I needed for myself. So I did, through me, physical health issues. So it's whatever you get, you get. Like I open up to the angels, to Yeshua, Mother Earth, whoever you call in, through me. So once I realized this really isn't me, I stopped efforting. So I swear, like when I first started doing it, it was like I was like trying to have a bowel movement in a healing session, and I would be exhausted. But once I realized this just comes through you. These are your soul remembrances, and they're allowed to come through you because you can get in that vibration. But all of these beautiful people in front of you are pulling that through you. This is not you. Just be. Just be. And when I realized that, well, first of all, it wasn't exhausting, but everything just flowed. And there's a reason why I'm saying all this. Everything just flowed when I stopped efforting so much. So this is the point I'm getting to. So this isn't even the question that I thought I was going to share. I brought a financial question, and I'll read it maybe. So if you're in that space of where it feels like a void, it's probably just you integrating. It's you taking time to look at these wounds that are still there. We're human. It's okay. You're not falling backwards. You're not falling behind. You're not stuck. You didn't do something wrong if old wounds came up again. Sometimes you are seeing when you have worked and done healing work, when you haven't seen them in a while. We'll see these wounds. So, like, I haven't talked about my mom in a long time. She passed in 2018. When you look at them from a different vantage point, sometimes you can see them in a different way. So though tears are coming into my eyes, it's not because I'm remembering the trauma at this point. It's because I'm remembering all of the love. So seeing your wounds again isn't a bad thing. I'm just remembering how much love was within my mom. How she gave that to me just by being herself, just by being. So all these things I know it's just by being. Little effort. And she commanded a room, and I do that too, and I don't realize it, and I don't try to. And sometimes I even try to shrink myself because I don't want to. But I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to sometimes. And when people look at me, and when kids look at me, and when people look at me and smile, it's just because I'm open to share love. And when I fully realize that I'm really starting to see that, like, I am, like, people say those words and it's like, oh, it feels like such cornball stuff, like, but you are love, just be love. And sometimes I roll my eyes at that stuff, but like, I am. When you really feel that in your heart, and it doesn't feel like a bunch of cornball stuff. Like, I really can't, like, I share that all the time. Like, sometimes people say, well, like, you're really looking at me. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm listening. Like, I'm listening. I listen with my eyes. And I'm hearing you, and I'm seeing your soul, and I'm feeling your energy. And when I'm just sitting quietly, like my mom did, and listening, you're being healed. So it's not, I mean, yes, I do sessions, and I know I need to do those things because everybody need to be paid. That's where this all started. I wrote down, like, where are my financial blockages coming from? And I wrote stuff down. I thought I was I'm not even gonna share it. I'm supposed to share this. This is where it's coming from. It's coming from thinking that I need to chase, I need to be something other than me, that I need to project something out in the world that people want so they will come to find me. But people have found me without that. I mean, it's all been word of mouth, but I know the word of mouth needs to get bigger, so I know I need to be on social media. Like, I'm being, like, part of my angel whispers that I hear in the morning are to do that, to share that, to put it out, because I really can channel ancient wisdom. I mean, sometimes I channel stuff and go back and listen to myself, because so I listen to it, I'm like, oh, who said that? I'm like, oh, that was me. It makes me laugh because Jill, I'm bumbling around in the world just like everyone else, but I'm also, I am a channeler of ancient wisdom. I can listen and heal with my eyes. My touch heals through Yeshua's exhale. The archangels sit in me, their vibration comes through me. But in the end, that all happens not because I need to be seen because of that. Although we need to be seen so the truth can get out. That's what it's about. It's not about doing things to be seen just for the purpose of being seen. So a lot of times I walk around and say, well, I'm scared of this. Maybe one of my financial blocks is about being seen. And I'm like, not really. Not anymore. But this next level is about sharing truth. People don't, you can't handle the truth. That came from a movie, I can't remember what, but sometimes people can't handle the truth. People run away from me. Like, I get in relationships and men run because they're like, oh God, this is real. Well, no shit. That's my angelic response. Really? I told you I was real. You didn't believe it? So I will share the one thing that I wrote, then I'm going to wrap this up because this is way longer than I thought it was going to be. I didn't even know this was what it was going to be. Here's what I said. This is the end of the response to what is the core of my, I was looking at financial wounds. This is more about that. This is about just being me. I don't have to fight for what's in me. It's already mine. I've had to prove myself, or felt I did, just to be seen, heard, or sometimes even noticed. This is me speaking to myself. You know who you are now. You are a good human. An angel warrior and seeker of wisdom. Share yourself and it all will come. Share to help and to share truth, not to be seen. You were already seen by the Most High God. That's why you're here. And that's why you're here. So I'm going to end on that. Yeah, it's just shadow work at work.